iFlight has announced they are completely switching to the BMI270. And I think this is something we're going to be seeing a lot more often from a lot more manufacturers coming up. So they are switching from the MPU 6000 because they are running out of supply, and they don't have many more. So they are now moving to the BMI 270. We talked a little bit about the BMI 270, that has some issues with sensitivity on frequency because it doesn't have a hardware low pass, and you'll just need to set a software low pass to account for that. And there's a preset in Betaflight. There's also a very heated discussion on the changes that could possibly go with OSR4 that we discussed a little bit in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see how that all works out, but it does look like this will be something we're going to be dealing with more and more.
Quick Flash in the chat, Quick Flash Kevin Plaisir, the iFlight dev, says that what actually happened, we don't know if this is true, I'm just repeating a salacious rumor from Quick Flash, is that they sold their stock of MPU 6000s and for $10 a piece and bought the BMI 270 for about $2 a piece. His assertion is that they had a bunch of MPU 6000s that they could make money on.
I would have done it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's.
I don't think it's $8 the difference.
Yeah, I don't know. So the takeaway, though, and this really kudos to Chris Rosser, who recently did some explanation of the different performance of the different gyros. He found that the BMI 270 could be basically as good as the MPU 6000 or the IMC gyros, but they need a little bit of different Betaflight software filtering because the hardware filtering inside the gyro is a little different. So is this a bad thing? Or is it a good thing, or is it neutral?
I think it's just something users have to learn about. I think that's the way it's going to go for now. I'm interested to see how the OSR4 thing works out, the PR in Betaflight. That won't be in there until 4.4 anyway, because it's such a major change. However, it may be a big deal. When you go and look, Chris Rosser has most recently provided a basically his summary of his last bit of data, and that's the last place I saw it listed, but there's 50 comments in there or something. So,
yeah. So the other question is, why did they go, and you don't know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway, because what the hell, we're just having a discussion. Why did they go with the Bosch gyro and not the ICM gyro that everybody else, the 2802 or whatever, that everybody else is using? Does anybody know? Is there a good reason?
I'm not sure exactly. I know certain of those gyros have been shown to have more issues with noise, just tolerance in general, maybe something else is with the design, because all these have the different style of MEMS, so the MEMS isn't identical. So it's possible that the way the MEMS are designed on these make them differently susceptible to our quad noise or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. I know that's stuff people have said about the 6050, because the 6050 was supposed to be a direct replacement, but we've seen most people not go to that at all. It's just been the ICM and the Bosch gyro. So.
Yeah. So as who was pointing it out in the chat, Andy Dredd points out, Brain FPV has been using these Bosch gyros for years and it hasn't been a problem. However,
it's relative.
What do you mean by that?
People haven't been tuning their filters to the nth degree forever. That's what I was saying.
Right. I think that we didn't know. Now, maybe Brain FPV knew and was making some changes under the hood in the custom firmware they build. You don't think so?
I can tell you. I already checked. Yeah.
I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, so the Bosch gyro basically has less filtering, and it means if you were running the Bosch gyro with Betaflight default filters, you just had less filtering, which could make you fly better if you have a clean build.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. It just depends. And it's hard to say exactly because most frames are going to have resonance under that 700 somewhere. There's going to be at least one spike.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, I know we haven't exactly explained it maybe, but the cutoff on the Bosch gyro is higher. It's around 700, I think, or 700
hertz. Yeah.
And then the MPU is 250 hertz, I believe, is the cutoff. So any noise from 250 hertz up to that 700 that the low pass would normally catch that's inside the hardware on the MPU 6000, all that noise is passed in your gyro scaled down to the flight controller. And so the flight controller has to do the work to do that filtering that the hardware would have done in the MPU 6000. It looks like there's not really a loss of time there because it seems like the hardware is similar to the software in latency from testing. It's just the fact that you need to know it's there. And if you have the noise, you need to apply the filters.
Right. If you just use the default filters, you'll get more gyro noise, which if you have a noisy, but the weird thing is, and maybe this just speaks to placebo in customers, people talk about, oh, the Brain FPV with the Bosch gyro, so smooth. They talk about it as if it has more filtering when actually it has less. And I don't know what to make of that, but anyway. Bosch gyro is coming our way, so we should, apply that Betaflight preset to our filters so that we'll then just, go on about our business, I guess. Fair enough.
Yeah.